Hello, my name is Olivia Kelsall. Today's date is the 25th of January 2025, and I'm very excited to be doing this interview and answering some questions about myself and my artwork. So starting off with my background, I was born in West Sussex and I'm currently based there now. However, I lived in Bristol for 4 years, going to university there. I started with an undergrad in philosophy. However, I never really truly loved it, so I decided to try and do something that I did really love. So I went on to do a master's in fine art, and becoming an artist has come from there, in the sense that I was surrounded by incredibly talented, creative people for a year, and it really spurred me on to want to become better and want to do better. So I'm trying to carry on with that momentum. Now I'm out of the master's situation. In terms of my upbringing and sort of my childhood, I struggled with my mental health during teenage years, which I now know was probably undiagnosed ADHD, which definitely shaped my artwork and has shaped who I am today and how artistic I was. I used to struggle a lot to concentrate and struggle a lot to pay attention, and as an outlet I used to draw all the time and doodle on everything, and it helped me focus and helped me concentrate. So being creative definitely stems from there. Right now, I'm working on new projects and pieces. I'm very in the stages of a very early career as an artist. So I am working on getting myself out there, applying to open calls, trying to get more people to see the work that I do and see my art, and see me. I'm very excited for things to come and things that have been happening, and I'm hoping this year is the year to build momentum and the year for new experiences and big experiences. I think the biggest challenges of being an artist, I think there's 3 things. I think there's space, time and money. Space, not everyone is obviously fortunate enough to have a studio space which is dedicated to where you work. Lots of us work from home, or we work from where we can. I'm working from my desk at the moment, which is difficult. It does have its challenges, but I am lucky to have a space in my house or in my room where I'm able to work and paint. I feel very privileged to have that. Time and money is another thing. Having the time, a lot of artists have to work other jobs alongside being an artist to make a living, and not everyone really has time to make art as much time as they want anyway. I have a bit of time at the moment, so I'm trying to take advantage of that and make the most of it while I still can. In terms of ever trying unconventional mediums or techniques, I would say watercolours are incredibly unconventional for the type of work I do. So my art is abstract based, mainly around themes of nature, plants and animals, rivers, oceans, all that kind of thing. And lots of people usually use for abstract paintings, acrylics and oils. Watercolours are my medium choice because I find that the opaqueness actually means you can see all the different layers and different colours and shapes, and it all shines through really nicely. And then on top of those paints I put paint pens. My favourite paint pens are Posca, as I think they go on all sorts of surfaces really easily. And on top of my watercolour bases I add lots of tiny little details, which are really interesting to look at when you look at my paintings up close. Do I listen to music or have any other type of background noise? It depends on the situation. Sometimes I work silently, sometimes I watch TV shows, and sometimes I listen to music. I prefer probably listening to music. It makes the time go a bit faster and makes you able to focus a bit more. But other times I like just working in silence and contemplating my thoughts and thinking out loud while I'm painting. The best reaction someone's had to my artwork, I don't think I can think of an individual reaction. I think people like the biomorphicness of my artwork. It reminds them of organisms, it reminds them of cells. In that sense, I like animating the paintings as well, as I've done some installation work before, which I am hoping to continue in the future. where I animate the paintings and make them look like they're breathing, because the type of shapes that I create really lends itself to that. What do I hope people take away from my artwork? I hope people take away a love of colour and an understanding of colour a bit more, and how much joy it can bring into the world and how much joy it can bring into art, and that using colour isn't scary. You can use as much colour as you want to in your life, and it will just enrich your experience and enrich your existence. I hope people can maybe reconnect to nature in an abstract sense and look at the concepts that I'm painting about and try and see them in the way that I see them. And I also hope that that it encourages people to look for details in my work, and look for details in other paintings as well and other people's work. I think that's all my answers, so thank you very much for this, and I look forward to listening to it.